Hello and welcome back. Welcome to the channel. My very casual audio talk and topics. My thumbnails are usually just some version of my face that gets captured during my videos. I know that you're thinking, what the hell is this channel all about? Why do we always see this guy just walking around? And it's always like during the nighttime or traffic. And as someone generously offered their opinion on an earlier video, actually one of the first videos that I've ever left on this channel, they had commented while I was walking back from a store. I had just heard the Lumina 2 bookshelf speakers, which I did purchase and I have owned since then, almost 2 years ago. I was giving my opinion on my listening impressions of the Lumina 2s. So I'm walking home, while I'm walking away from the shop, the same way I'm walking here, but today I'm walking away from work, and I was sharing my experiences without being in the shop, because they can't share the sound, because I would get copyright infringement. That's a problem. YouTube, anything that gets copyright flagged, it gets what I guess you would say is demonetized, and that basically means that it can potentially threaten your channel, which, some people put music on all the time. They don't care about making any money. And a lot of people will actually say, well, YouTube pays pretty good money if you can make good, entertaining videos. So I chose to talk about them without music. So the opinion was, quote, listening impressions, end quote. Really? Question mark? What a waste of time. I don't know what they expected. I did talk about the way they sound. I did talk about the store. I did talk about the fact that I purchased them. I did talk about what I thought. Those were my listening impressions. I'm unsure what people expect when they click on the videos. When they see my titles and I talk about exactly what I do in the videos, it's not clickbait. I am not trying to trick people. I am not trying to lure you into a video where I talk about something that's completely unrelated. I am not trying to sell you anything. Basically, I come on here, I talk, and I speak my mind through a matter of experience and opinion that I have accumulated and have been growing and learning in the audio industry and hi-fi community for the last almost 30 years, some of which working at a brand, a lot of which coming from, meeting dealers and brand representatives and stores and listening to, how many audio shows have I been to now? 6? Toronto Audio Fest multiple times, Montreal Audio Fest twice. I have been to a lot of different things. So the reason why I choose to share my opinion on such things is because I've been around. I've seen some things. I've heard some things. I know a lot of really, really smart people. I've been connected with a lot of engineers and a lot of brand owners. Von Schweikart is one of them. Borison is another one. The guys at Acora Acoustics, Val, I talk to all the time. I've talked with reps that worked for B&W. I talk to the Focal people all the time. I am on first name basis with people inside of most of these companies and industries because of my presence at audio shows, my experience and my background, my research that I've done in terms of acoustic engineering and electrical engineering. So I speak from experience. I speak from a perspective of someone who is connected with some of these brands. Not intimately. I don't work for them. I work with them. So when I say something like, here's my listening impressions, I am not trying to lure you into a trap. I'm not trying to just make money on YouTube. There's a lot of people out there that are trying to do that to you. Believe me, I am not here to do that. I am not here to falsely entertain an audience and give bullshit topics and bullshit information, and that's not what my channel is about. My channel is very raw, it's very real, it's very unedited, it's very casual, it's very human. I'm just a guy who's been around. I know some things. I understand what it's like being told one thing and having something else happen, especially when it's a brand or a company trying to sell you a product that doesn't even work. Or it does work, but it's not what you thought it was. Or sometimes you spend twice as much money on something and then 2 weeks later you find out, oh, they put a sale on. Wouldn't it be nice to have somebody on the inside tell you, hey, wait 2 weeks? You know, the sales reps are never going to tell you stuff like that because the whole point of their job, the whole point of their business is to make money. They want you to spend as much as possible. I don't. I mean, I love working with them and I love understanding what their objectives are. But if I can save an audience and save the community some frustration, some misunderstanding, save you some money, save you some time, the best currency you can ever have, if I can save some time by explaining a couple of things in the industry, I would love to do that. I would love to be able to talk about topics, talk to you about, Aaron's audio corner yesterday, and I talked with him in instant messaging. We talked about the process of measuring the Sonos Faber speakers. He has the original Lumina 2s, and I suggested getting the Amateur series, which is the newest version of the Lumina 2s, and compare them. A/B compare them. Now, is the company going to be excited about that? I don't know. I have serious doubts that they're going to enjoy having their speakers measured and talked about like that. But I think that for the audience, for us, I think that would be a fantastic thing. Because we get to learn something. We get to understand something new. That's the best thing for us, is to have measurements, to have data, to have something to show for, what we can't, something that's not objective, right? Something that we can, something that we can study that isn't just one person telling us, right? Anyways, I will leave it there. I will just say thank you to those who come and enjoy what I'm all about. Thank you to those who show up to learn something new, to show support. Thank you to those who understand where I'm coming from, or at least take the time to understand where I'm coming from. I did an Instagram live today talking about context. Context is incredibly important because you could say anything and make any kind of numbers and talk about whatever you want. But let's not forget Einstein's relativity. It depends on your perspective and how you measure and how you account for something. The context in which something is stated to you really depends. The context is very important, and it will dictate and smear or correct your answers. Whatever your output is, whatever your outcome is, depends on the context. You could get everything wrong in the wrong context. So think about it. Even for your hi-fi journey, what sounds better, CDs or vinyl? Depends on the room. People ask you what you think of your speakers or your system or whatever, but they don't ask you what was in the room, or was there treatment, or what were the measurements in the room. Bass response is very, very dependent on the room. If they don't ask you where your speakers are placed, then maybe they don't know what they're talking about. It's just something to think about. All this stuff really matters. And you can tell who's who by how they talk about it. So that's why I'm here. You guys can all judge my character. You can all figure out what I know and what I don't know by listening to my videos, by following along. And as the content comes out, you'll get a better understanding what I'm doing here. So I hope it's entertaining. I hope it's informative. I hope to keep bringing some interesting things, try to find new avenues and opportunities all the time. Hopefully going to, if I can get down to Florida Audio Fest, I will. Expona's in March, April. Yeah. So Montreal is in March. Expona's in April. Florida Audio Fest is in February, so if I can figure out how to get down to those shows, I will try to get some insights. But until then, this is what it is. I have my time walking home. We can share it. We can just learn and figure it out together. So anyways, I'm going to leave it there. I will see you tomorrow, probably on Instagram. But for now, that's me, that's been you, that's been us. I'll see you in the next video. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Take care.